And but she was fun to be around. Yeah, she was real fun.
This is gonna be so good. This is gonna be the tea that everybody wanted.
Hola. Amigos.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to another video.
This is part
It's
3.
Jenna.
And Chad. This is part
You
3.
didn't know already.
This is part 3 in our 3-part series of when I shared my testimony, she shared hers, and now, today, guess what? We're sharing our love story. Real sweet.
You're such a goober.
You go first.
Oh, yeah.
So while y'all are wondering,
This is gonna be so good. This is gonna be the tea that everybody wanted.
I might cry. Just kidding. I ain't gonna cry.
I ain't gonna cry.
I ain't no baby.
You gonna cry?
No, go sure.
Let's see. Where do we begin?
It all started
19.
in 1999. I'm just kidding.
Fell in love with you in the womb?
Maybe.
What?
2019. That's when we first met.
Yeah, I was crazy, as you heard in my testimony.
I was a player.
At that time?
Yeah.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
He was a player, y'all.
Yeah. I was a ladies' man.
Okay. Humble thyself, sir.
That's okay. I'm kidding. I'm out of that. I'm married now to this wonderful, lovely lady. So I'm out of that. But we met in 2019. She was one of the first people that I kind of got to know. Well, not know. We had a
I
conversation.
guess you're going first.
I think this is just kind of casual
Oh,
conversation.
okay.
Casual conversation. I just.
But I think it'd be fun for them to hear your perspective and then to hear my perspective.
Okay. Met her in 2019. Again, like I said in the last video, towards the tail end, she was a little crazy out there.
Crazy.
But
Biblically, theologically.
yes. But she was fun to be around.
Was I?
Yeah, she was real fun.
No.
Ow.
That's cute.
So she was one of the first people that I really got to know at camp. It was actually like one night we just like walked around the main property of
Was
camp.
that with Paula?
That was with you. I did that with. It was like 3 other girls. I'm sorry.
Wait.
It was you, Paula.
But it wasn't. We
Megan.
didn't just walk together. It wasn't just us though.
Was it?
No, I don't think it was. I think Paula was with us because we stayed in the the shed together. Wait,
No, we stayed in Ponder's Shed.
We were up the hill.
Yeah, you just walked. I don't know what.
What were we doing?
I think we were just talking after Sherry or something. Maybe.
And she was working with us too.
Maybe.
Pretty sure.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But-
I don't remember that time. If you remember it.
I do. And we really got to know each other a little bit then. But since I got fired, if you saw the first video on our testimonies,
If not, go watch it.
go watch it now. Before you watch this
Before
video.
you watch it, stop
because,
right now.
because there's gonna be a lot of spoilers in this, okay? And I didn't really get to say bye to her. I really only get to say bye to like 2 people.
Did you want to say bye to me?
I wanted to say bye to everybody, but they
Or did
wouldn't
you
let
want to
me.
say bye to me?
Probably would have.
No.
So I went home. It was actually 4th of July week that I went home that summer, and got sent home. Had to get back to my roots here in Georgia, and came back. Shush.
Country boy.
Country boy. I'm a city boy. You can't tell we live in an apartment.
I love you.
I love you. And I reapplied to work at camp, even though like I was bitter towards them for a while. But the Lord just His will is and His grace is much more powerful than my feelings or my problems. So He persevered and pushed me through it, and pushed me to reapply, and I got accepted again. And most people don't do that when they get fired from camp. Once they get fired, they typically just stay away, which is it's very rare to see somebody come back after getting fired from camp.
Well, that's what I
experienced. That's what I've experienced.
That's what I just heard from other people was like.
That's just what I've seen.
And that's what we talked about in that other video.
Yeah.
Of him just like getting fired. It's just like.
It's hard.
It's just kind of cool to see, but go watch that video and you can hear more about that.
So came back for summer 2020. Again, COVID year, crazy year, and she was there because she interned that year. Actually, she interned from 2019.
So, I think we can fast forward because beep, beep, boop, 2020. Our friend groups didn't really hang out. So
we hung out for like 1 week. That was it.
We knew each other, and then and like we like appreciate each other, and like every time we came together and talked, like it was always such a good conversation. But
yeah, and we also had a dumb language that we would talk in. That's how we kind of bonded a little bit too.
when we came back, we'll get back to that.
Okay. But yeah, our friend groups didn't really hang out. We hung out for like 1 week. We went puddle jumping, or jumping in Fontana. That's what it was.
Nobody knows about that. Nobody knows what that is.
It's a lake.
Anyway, skirt. So, 2020, friend groups didn't really hang out. And then in the summer, you're like rabbit trailing right now. And you're going crazy. Like, what did you have today? So, 2020, summer ends. La la la. He stays for intern year. And I go home, like I said in my video. I had torn my ACL in this when we had a retreat with students skiing. Tore that, had to go home after summer, get surgery. But I told full time, like the pastors at camp, I really want to come back and like do 1 more year. I feel like that's what the Lord wants, and truly it was, and it was very growing. It was very good. But so came back like 4 months later.
Yeah, December-ish.
December time?
Right before we went on break for Christmas, she came back. It was probably for about a week or two.
It was after Thanksgiving. I came back.
So it was about a week or two. I think we might have had like 1 retreat that week, or that span of time before. I think we were together before Christmas break. And this is where it gets interesting.
This is where our love story picks up.
She didn't know it though.
I was so oblivious, y'all.
She had no idea.
I am.
Everybody else knew but her.
It's bad. I'm really oblivious when it comes to anything about love. I just completely was like convinced that nobody liked me.
Because I was her first boyfriend. That's silly.
Okay. Anyway.
So we worked together for a retreat. We were good friends and everything. And then afterwards.
Tell them how you felt though.
I'm about to tell them.
Okay.
And then after that retreat, I kind of felt a little something, like feelings towards you. Didn't really tell anybody yet.
Didn't tell anybody.
Didn't tell nobody. Didn't tell anybody over Christmas or anything. And then we finally came back from Christmas break. Those feelings were still there when she came back and I came back, and we still worked together like 2 or 3 more times actually before, like with students and everything. And we weren't even dating or talking at that point.
Nope.
But I mentioned to a couple people like, hey, I think I like this girl. You know, I'm gonna seek her in a relationship. She's real something. And
I got the riz, y'all.
And then she went home for a checkup on her knee, like late January, early February, and she came back. Well, during that time, I actually texted her, like kind of hinted at that I missed her, but like nonchalantly said that I missed her.
He was not chalant, whatever that means. He said, this is what homeboy said. First of all, okay, so we had hung out the night before.
Yeah.
Watched a movie with a bunch of friends and everything.
Had ice cream, popcorn.
Yeah, first of all, this guy, he was like, I'm gonna go to the store, anybody want anything? And I was like, can you get me an ice cream? And he's like, oh, yes, I got you. You can have an ice cream.
She should have known that.
And he didn't make me pay for it or anything. Guys, take notes. All I'm saying. Buy a girl ice cream. She asked for ice cream, get her ice cream.
Just go get it, please.
And there's like this one couch. There was 2 couches up in like our hangout area where we were, us interns, like it was like our space.
Yep.
It's like a kitchen, everything. Like we'd all hang out up there, and there was a TV. And so 2 couches. It was like long enough for 4 people to sit on it. So
there was 3 of us on it.
It was me, you, and me, and I thought somebody else was sitting there on the sofa. But another intern was sitting there with us, and then Olivia and Brian were up there. There was like whole gaggle of us.
That's where it gets crazy.
And then everybody like started. Yeah, y'all. I'm smooth. What can I say? I'm a little.
She laid her head on my shoulder.
I'm all smooth. I was like, can I? I'm a little tired.
She didn't even ask. She just laid.
Oh, did I?
No, you didn't even ask. You just kind of slumped.
Oh.
You went slump. But you didn't even ask me.
I thought I asked him.
I think he said, "Is this okay?" And I was like, "Okay." How about that? Sure, whatever.
I don't know.
Something like that.
But so like that happened. Like they just laid my head on his shoulder. Anyway.
But, so then after that.
Then we left. It didn't like.
Yeah.
Literally just laid my head on his
I
shoulder.
think like a couple days passed maybe.
Yeah. Like everybody left.
It was like the weekend where everybody we didn't have any retreats or anything. We all kind of bored hanging out at somebody's house.
Yep.
But I texted her while we were hanging out.
And he said, "Miss you." He said, "I hope your time with your family is going well. Miss you. Can't wait to see you soon," or something like that. And I like ran over to my sister-in-law and I was like, "Kirsten," or like I think I was out with them. I think I was out with my nana, my like whole family, except my oldest brother because I think he was gone in Hawaii maybe, or I'm not sure what was happening. But I think I was in the car with my sister-in-law Kirsten. And I was like, "Kirsten, what the heck does this mean?" And I showed her my phone, and she was like, "Ooh, he like you." And I was like, automatically like, no, not true. This is not true. Because y'all, I thought in 2019, I thought he was a hunk.
What can I say?
When I met him, and we like that first share group. I mean, when I saw him first anyway, I was like, he is a good-looking man, but that would never happen. I literally said that. And then, like, just to be funny, after share groups, after, like, they were all like, we were a weird share group and whatnot. And I was like, yeah, it was so great. I, like, walked away from, like, our conversation and I was walking up the basketball stairs. I said this to myself, and I don't know if I've told you this, but I was like, I'm gonna marry that dude. And then I just kind of laughed it off. I literally did. I know people say that, but, like, really weird. Be careful, y'all. Careful when you say that.
You might mean it.
No, I'm kidding.
But anyway.
Yeah. So she was like, "He like you?"
And then she showed her brother, and he was like, "Oh, what he look like?"
Yeah, and I showed him a picture, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's like."
Logan, I know you're obsessed with me. It's okay.
And I think he like was like, "I'm gonna have to start working out again." Because they like realized how like muscly and strong he is. So.
But yeah, so she came back. It was a Sunday that I came back.
Oh my gosh, y'all! I panicked.
I went home too. And I had texted her and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna sit next to you in church, and we're gonna go meet in my truck and talk this out, try to figure it out, and if we want to do this." And we did. It was like about an hour conversation or so.
Yeah, okay, so I get back to camp and I'm stressing out, okay? And at the same time, Olivia, who is like one of my dearest friends, love her to death. She's at my wedding and I was in hers, the coolest thing ever. And at the same time, she had gotten a text from a guy at camp and he said that he needed to talk to her too. And funny enough, she was headed home from break and I was headed home at the same time. And she got on the interstate at the same time I was passing her off ramp. So we were on the interstate side by side and we were like, "Hey, stop at the next exit, or rest stop." And we just both like went in the bathroom and freaked out, like whole line freak out. And so like we still had an hour left of camp, or an hour left of the drive, and we get up to camp and we just freak out in our rooms. We're like, I'm just gonna go try and calm myself down. And I literally have a picture of, I'll have to find it. It's really funny. It like where I'm like laying over one of the beds and I'm like freaking out. So head up to church. He hadn't gotten there yet.
No,
he wanted to sit by me, but like it was probably best that he didn't because I was like sweating, freaking out.
Yeah.
So I see him after service and I like just follow him. I remember everything that I was wearing. I was wearing a orange hoodie with some camo leggings underneath, some ripped jeans, and my Ugg boots. Just freaking out. And yeah, so we head down the stairs, go jump in his truck, and I was like, "What do you want to talk about?" And he was like, "Hold on, wait a second.
Well, let me breathe for a second."
And he gets to the snack shack and he parks it and he's like, "So I've liked you for some time now." And I was like,
"What?
You what?" Like I literally said it like that. I was like, "What?" It's really funny. Is it taking you back a little bit?
Yeah.
And then I like sat there for a second and I tried to process it and I was like,
You like me.
you like me. You like me. You like me. And he was like,
Uh-huh.
yep, this is how this works. I like you. So he just like went through the whole thing of like, I really want to like honor the Lord in this. I want to pursue you. Literally he said like, I want to pursue you. I want to,
Take note, guys.
yeah. It was really sweet. And it was everything that like I prayed for in a man that would honor me and treasure me and come to me and say like, I want to show you that you're worth whatever amount of time that, you know, whatever.
Yeah. And then after that conversation,
We waited a good bit.
we waited a good bit. I called her dad.
And by a good bit, I mean probably like 2 weeks.
It was about 2 weeks. We processed through the whole thing, prayed through it.
And I
for
think
each
like
other.
that's not normal for snowbird. Like a lot of people wait like months from what I've heard. And I'm like, during that whole time, like that 2 weeks, the Lord just like, one, like revealed it to me. And like, I had no reason to fear. Like there was nothing that, you know, like, and one of my friends, Elizabeth Damewood, now Greenwood, she said this to me and she was like, what do you, like, she said something to the fact of, like, what do you have to fear if you don't even try? Like, if you don't even, like, seek it out or desire, you know, try to understand it, like, then what do you have to fear? Like, there's nothing there that shows for it, you know? So, just really cool seeing where we are now. But then, like, 2 weeks later, I told him, I was like, okay, I'll let you pursue me.
But I need to call her dad first.
But you need to call my dad.
And I did. It was about a 15-20 minute conversation between me and good old John. Great conversation. He got to know me enough throughout that 15-20 minutes to know that I was the right man for his daughter. He didn't know me. He hadn't even met me before. And just gave me the blessing.
Do you remember anything that he said?
He asked me about my testimony. I remember that. Told him the whole thing. And he just, you know, said you better pursue my daughter right. And you know that he raised you to think a certain way and to look at yourself a certain way. So I need to treat you that way. So good job, John. And started dating.
I got high standards, y'all. What did I think I told you like the first few, I don't know, months where I was like, my dad taught me that I'm never to touch my door handle.
Yep, man. And now I get mad at her for trying to open the door.
Yeah.
Any door.
Because I've spent 23 of my lives opening my own door. So getting used to not opening my own door has been like an adjustment, even still.
Yep.
So that's like the first thing I told him, girls. I was like, look, my daddy told me that I'm not allowed to open my door. And I'm not allowed to pump my own gas.
Right.
That's what my daddy told me. And for those of y'all that think that that's like hootie tootie,
It's not.
it's not. That's your
duty.
man caring for you and showing you how treasured and precious you are. And like for you to let him do that just gives him.
Yeah. And then for the first month of us dating, she would ask me about it every day. Are you sure you like me? Are you sure you want to date me? Are you sure?
Like, is
Like
this for real?
For a straight month, every day.
I did. Literally.
It was bad.
It was a month.
It was bad. Like, at the point I was just like,
Guys,
are you sure you want to date me?
I went 23 years of my life
To date
not
somebody.
not having a significant person that like told me that like in that way romantically loved me, and it was just a very weird adjustment. So.
And then it was like 4 months until summer started. We were dating, and then summer started.
Went through the whole summer
dating. Then we went on about a month break after summer.
month break.
We went to the beach twice. Panama City and Outer Mesa.
But that was like when we were our career with Snowbird.
Yeah, we as our last summer we're gonna camp, and we we said that it was gonna be the last one, and then
because we knew we wanted to pursue marriage,
and it costs a lot of money. So we went down to my home in Georgia, stayed there for a few days, and then we went to Panama City,
So
Florida. Great place. We spent about a week there. I don't know, about 5 days, and did that, and then we went back
Outer
up
Banks.
to Georgia for a couple days, and then we went up to see some of our friends get married in
Yeah, Dina and Thomas.
the Tate house, which was awesome. And then we spent
Fast forward.
the night at somebody's house, and then we went all the way up to the Outer Banks in North Carolina. 10-hour drive.
was fun,
We
though.
first stopped at their house to drop off a few things, and then we went to the Outer Banks, spent some time with family. Finally got to meet her oldest brother, Don Kyle.
Yeah, he was
great
in
guy,
Hawaii.
Yeah. and he tried to intimidate me by listing off facts that he found off Google from me. You can look me up on Google. I'm real popular on there.
Oh, you can pretty much find anybody on Google.
I mean,
If you
yeah.
post it on Instagram.
I'm in a magazine.
Anyway.
And then
But
I
he
had-
had to. He's the oldest brother.
Right.
He's got.
he had
That's his job.
he was a cop too.
As
So,
my brother's. Yeah.
um,
That's.
so he kind of had that right. And then me and her dad had the sit down talk. The funny thing is about that talk. So we met. It was a Wednesday. I said, "Can we go to lunch? I need to ask you something." And we went to lunch for about 2 hours and talked with him. You know, I asked, "Can I have your daughter's hand in marriage?" He never gave me a straight answer that day or the next day.
Yeah, that's right.
It wasn't until the day of that I was going to ask her to marry me that he said, "Oh, by the way, yes." I was freaking out for 2 days.
And I think I was upstairs getting ready.
Yeah, we were it was like 30 minutes before we left. And I was just sitting there like kind of like, "You gonna say something? Because I don't want to ask again." And then he finally said, "By the way, yes." I was like, "Oh, thank the Lord." So then we went to dinner. Dinner kind of sucked because they didn't have anything that dinner liked.
We took you to a seafood restaurant.
I looked at the restaurant. It had chicken. She didn't like that chicken. Sorry.
It had zero.
It had a salad. And
I don't even think that was on.
and then we had one of her good friends who took some senior photos for you in high school. Paula Hassan. Thank you so much for taking those photos, by the way. Really appreciate it. I know I freaked you out when I didn't follow plan, but I
It was a
proposed.
surprise.
What did I say?
definitely-
I said, "Jonah, Noel, Christmas, will you do me the honor and marry me,
No, you said becoming your bride.
becoming my bride?" That's what
Which
I said.
was even better.
And like she was balling her eyes out. She was like,
I don't even think I got words out.
It was barely anything, but
It's
we
so
took
surreal.
pictures at the Outer Banks. It was real cool. We went to Jockey's Ridge
And then we met up with my family and took pictures.
at Jockey's Ridge. It was really awesome. And then we went back home.
And then had long distance for a year.
We went to Virginia first. Pretty much dropped her off, and then I went to the airport, flew home.
And from that point, long distance until we got married.
Long distance until we got married. We saw each other about 5 or 6 times.
And we can talk about that in another video because
But that's a lot.
long distance
That's
is
a whole year. And now we're married. We got married on September 3rd of last year. Whoa. 4 months married. Sorry. Real strong here.
What? You have so much energy. Like,
Whoa. But that's our love story in a nutshell. We could honestly do this for about 30 more minutes and just
he could.
talk to you guys. She's done with
He's
talking.
got.
She was with children all day. I'm sorry.
Why are you sharing so much? They don't need to know all that.
That's okay. But I think that's where we're gonna leave it off.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so.
That's where you want to end it?
Yeah, I think that's where I want to end it. I think I'm done. Are you done? She's done. But anyway,
Am I?
are you done, sweetheart? Is she done, guys?
I'm done.
Okay. But thank you guys.
You.
Ha ha ha.
Stop.
It's still here.
We love you guys.
But really appreciate you guys staying and listening. Hopefully you stay and listen because it's really you guys wanted to hear it, so you better stay and listen. Even though the long video is 24 minutes long, but sorry, we like to talk. I like to talk a lot.
Yeah.
This video.
So if you're not subscribed, please
Subscribe to our channel. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you comment what other video ideas you want us to see. If it's a
Comment a.
Q&A ideas.
Oh yeah, you questionnaires down below so we can do a Q&A.
We might do another poll on our Instagram to see if you guys want to do that. What questions we might make some questions that you guys choose which ones we do. So
hit like if you like our little station of where
if we
we're
want to change it up, we got plenty of options, like 3. But let us know.
We love you guys.
Make sure
We'll see
you
you next
turn
time.
on notifications. Bye guys. Mwah.
Ciao.